Good evening, everybody. This is Robert from RJL 518. Getting a little bit of an early start tonight because I wanted to get this game played. Welcome to Payoff Pitch 1985. Today's date is April 26th, 85. We are at Stade Olympique, or Olympic Stadium in Canada, as the 8-7 St. Louis Cardinals will take on the 11-4 Montreal Expos. That's tonight's game of the night. In reality, Montreal won this game 10-5 on that date. The Montreal Expos have raised their National League Championship Series pennant from 1994, so they actually got some presentation here. This is the first game I'm playing the Expos here in the 85 season. So I have going ahead and given them a championship banner to raise, a pennant. For winning the National League pennant in my 94 restart. And for those of you who like to check out that exciting journey that the Expos had that year, please check out that playlist, which I did for 1994. Tonight's going to be Bob, may the Forsch be with you, taking on David Palmer in tonight's game at Olympic Stadium. Should be lots of fun. We should have a very good game planned. And so far, this payoff pitch season's actually not going too badly at the moment. You can see, as I said, the Expos are 11-4. St. Louis is 8-7. Take a look at the National League standings. The Cardinals right now are in a kind of they are tied for third with Philadelphia. But like I said, at this stage of the year, really nobody really should be concentrating on standings. Not until we get at least past the All-Star game. So let's have a good baseball game, I hope, here at Olympic Stadium. Definitely a pitcher's park in 1985. Left-handed wheelhouse 1-15, right-handed wheelhouse 1-40. So a 2-55 combined, that makes Olympic Stadium very much a pitcher's park. But then again, home runs have been going out of here so far this season. So let's all get settled in. St. Louis 8-7, Montreal 11-4. Let's play some baseball. Pitching for the Montreal Expos will be David Palmer. He was 7-10 with a 3.71 ERA in 85. Let's play. And of course, as we all know, the 1985 St. Louis Cardinals did win the National League pennant in 85, but right now they're off to a bit of an average start, but there's a long way to go. Leading off for the Cardinals will be center fielder Vince Coleman, and boy, could this guy steal bases. 282 average. Palmer, of course, is a righty. 282 average against rights in 85. And pretty much anytime Vince Coleman gets on base, pretty much, unless the dice really don't go his way, he's going to be going for second. And Vince Coleman stole 110 bases in 85. He was the Ricky Henderson wannabe. The only difference between him and Ricky Henderson, Coleman couldn't hit like him. Palmer with the pitch. It starts with a defense check, defense 56. And of course, I actually did not have these cards ready. So defense 56. We'll see what the call is in a second. I just give a quick shuffle to my fact deck, which I did not do before I started this. Not a problem. Ship. And there we go. That's what we got. Defense 56. It is a range check to center field. That ball is hit to Miguel Delone. His range is a C, and that is a 1-39, but a 56 on the dice. He will come by and make the play for out number one. So that just goes as a fly out to center field. Next batter up is the left fielder Lonnie Smith. Batted .258 against the rights in 85. Palmer with the pitch. Tough 54 and ground ball to first base. That'll be easily taken care of by Dan Dreesen, 2 down. Next up, second baseman Tommy Herr, another underrated Cardinal, I thought. This guy was really good. Batted .313 that year, one of his best years in 85. .313 against rights. Very, very good player, I thought. Palmer's pitch. Patient 10. That's going to be a walk, and Herr will track down to first base. And now we'll see first baseman Jack Clark Clark batted 261 in 85. A 4 on the steal rating, and her definitely can steal here. And I think we're going to, with 2 outs, I usually don't, but with her with an A steal rating, very possible. Steal rating is a 4, and the hold rating for Palmer is a 7. So it's a 0 to 56 for Tom Herr to steal. So we're going to draw a card and see if he gets it. That's a 52. There he goes. His is an A, and the catcher is Mike Mike Fitzgerald for the Expos. His arm is a 4. So with an A4 steal rating, he has an excellent chance to steal. The throw to second and a possible drop. Possible drop of the ball. Let's see. Roll 1d6 if higher than the fielder's error rating. The fielder drops the ball and the runner is safe. And the second baseman for the Expos is Law. His error rating is a 3. I will draw the card and utilize the middle number. It is a 5, and he does drop the ball. And that means that Herr is safe at second, which means he would have been out if he held on to it. That is a stolen base. And Herr is on second. Here is Clark now with a chance to try to bring in a run with a man on second. Palmer, tough 58. And that's a line drive hit right to short, and that will end the inning. The Cardinals get a walk, a stolen base, but are unable to do anything with it. And we'll go to the bottom of the first with no score. Pitching for the St. Louis Cardinals is Bob May the Forsch be with you. He was 9-6 with a 3.90 ERA in 1985. Leading off for the Expos here in the bottom of the first will be left fielder Tim Rock Raines. And he actually was a member of the Chicago White Sox, who won the championship in my 94 restart. So actually he gets a ring, although he doesn't know what it's for. But he'll find out in 9 years. Forsch with the pitch. Patient 14, and he will walk. And putting Raines on base is not always a good thing, as he will trot down to first on a walk. Next batter is the center fielder, Miguel Delone. He gets the choice, but Raines, of course, has a chance at a stolen base. However, he has a 6- on his card, and I believe the first time he gets on base, he does not get a jump on that. Yep, after decreased runner's jump rating by 1, the first time he reaches base with a steal opportunity. So that means Tim Raines will not get a stolen, I cannot steal with him. He will hold it first, but Delone is the batter. Forsch with the pitch, tough 58. And a fly ball to right field. Van Slyke will make that catch, out number 1. And here is now a Hall of Famer. That would be the Hawk. Right fielder Andre Dawson batted 246 against Wrights in 1985. Rain still on at first. Here is the pitch from Forsch. Tough 87. Ground ball to shortstop. Andre Dawson's double play rating's a 7. Forsch is a 7. That is a 5. It'll be shortstop to second to first. And that is a double play. And the inning comes to an end. So both teams get a walk, but are unable to do anything with it in tonight's game. And we got no score at the end of 1. Top of the second inning, I see someone left me a like. Don't know who that is, but whoever it was, thank you very much. Nobody showed up in my chat yet. Leading off for the Cardinals will be right fielder Andy Van Slyke. He batted 281 against Wrights in 85. Palmer will pitch. Patient 23, and that is a walk. And Van Slyke will trot down to first. Leadoff walk. Here is the third baseman, Terry Pendleton. Pendleton batted 245 against Wrights. Van Slyke has a 5+ steal rating, but a 9 on the dice. He will not go. Palmer deals. Patient 26, and he's going to walk Pendleton. Palmer averaged 4.5 walks per 9, and that is already his third walk in this game. And now the catcher, Mike LaValliere. And, of course, he was a member of that 94 White Sox team that won the championship, so I will give him a ring, although he won't know what it's for. He'll say, thank you very much for the jewelry, but I guess I have to wait 9 years to cheer about it. Palmer will pitch for LaValliere. Runners at first and second. There is nobody out. Palmer's pitch. That is a ballpark 41. That's an in-play result. In play 50 is a ground ball to short. LaValliere's double play rating is a 9.7. That is a 4. The ball goes from shortstop to second to first, double play. And Van Slyke winds up at third. The crowd gives a very good, nice cheer for that. 2 outs now, and here is the Wizard of Oz shortstop, Ozzie Smith. Smith batted .266 against Wrights in 85. Runner on third base. Can Palmer get out of this jam here for the Expos? Patient again, 77, and that's a fly ball center field. And DeLone will make that play. And nothing happens there. The Cardinals get no runs. They got a couple of walks, but no hits, and they strand 1. Still no score here as we go to the bottom of the second. Here comes May the Force be with you, and leading off for the Expos will be first baseman Dan Dreesen, ex-Red, of course. Batted .235 against Wrights in 85. He is at first base. Forsch with the pitch. Defense check 0-3. That's not going to be good. Error check to left field. The ball is hit to Lonnie Smith. His error rating is a 5, a 1 to 18. That's an 0-3, and that is going to be an error out there. That will be an error, and it's going to be a single and an extra base for Dreesen. So he trots to first base and then gets an extra 1. So that's actually a base hit and an E. And we said what? That was an error to left field and an E7. Dreesen will find himself on second base, and that is the first error on the Cardinals. Lonnie Smith was actually an excellent fielder. He has a rating. Well, actually, it was a rating of C, and still he has an error rating. Lonnie Smith, he didn't make many errors. His error rating is a 5, but he's still Olympic Stadium makes him bobble it somehow, and Dreesen will find himself on second base. Here is the shortstop for Montreal, Hubie Brooks, ex-Met. And, of course, was an Expo before he even went to the Mets. Forsch will deal. And we got a patient 16, and that is going to be a walk. And Brooks will trot down to first. Runners at first and second for third baseman Tim Wallach. Wallach with the Expos here. For those of you who know about Tim Wallach in my 94 restart, Wallach was with the Dodgers that year. And amazing how I am playing a card of the father of a kid that I actually saw play baseball already with the Marlins right now. You know you're getting old when you're playing a 1985 season and the player's kid is in the league right now. And you saw him on TV. That's just bad. Runners first and second. Nobody out here. Bottom of the second inning. Forsch will pitch. Tough 20. Struck him out. Big strikeout on Wallach. He goes down. Next batter is the second baseman Vance Law. Batted .275 against Wrights. Runners at first and second still. Forsch with the pitch. Tough 0-5. That's a strikeout. Law goes down. A base hit, an error, and a walk, and now Bob Forsch gets 2 quick strikeouts. He averaged 3.2 per 9 innings. And now here's the catcher, Mike Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald batted 192 against rights. Can Forsch get out of this inning now with runners at first and second? That is a tough 93, and he will. Fly ball left field. This time, Lonnie Smith is there. And they are out of the jam. No runs. There was a hit and an error, but nobody comes in to score. We are still scoreless at the end of 2 as both pitchers get into jams and then get out of them. Going now to the top of the 3rd. Leading off for the Cardinals will be the pitcher, Bob Forsch. He has his own hitting card. He batted 244 in 1985, a good hitter. Palmer with the pitch. Tough, 94, and that is a fly ball to left. Easy play taken care of by Rock Raines, 1 down. Vince Coleman comes up now. Palmer, patient 85. That's a fly ball to center field. Miguel DeLone will put it away for out number 2. That's the one thing you want to do, keep Coleman off the bases, and they've done that twice. Here is Lonnie Smith. He's 0 for 1. Palmer, tough, 90, ground ball to short. Brooks will take care of that, throw to first, and a 1-2-3 inning for David Palmer. Nothing doing for the Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, still no score. David Palmer does not have his own batting card, so he will be using pitcher hitting card number 12. Forsch will pitch. Tough 09, and that, of course, is pretty much an automatic strikeout. He goes down. That's strikeout number 3 for Forsch. Forsch averaged about 3.2 strikeouts. He's already reached his average. 1 man down. And the batter will be Tim Raines as Keith White joins me here at Stade Olympique. Palmer also played for the Braves and Phillies. You are correct, sir. As he is first to say hello here in my chat. I got 4 people watching, but Keith White says hello. Raines is up. He walked his last time up. Forsch with the pitch. Tough 82. That's a fly out to center field. That catch will be made by Coleman. 2 outs. Here is Miguel DeLone. And he only batted 196. Didn't get many starts. But he did get the start in this game. Remember, as-played lineups are being used, as well as played rosters. Utilizing Action PC Baseball, I can get the exact 25-man roster for that date. That is a tough 61, and that is a ground ball to second base. That'll get picked up by Tommy Herr. He will throw to first, and a 1-2-3 inning. Three innings are gone. We got no score. The actual score of this game was the Expos winning it 10-5. There was a total of 20 hits between the two. But so far, Payoff Pitch is doing things a little different. As Keith White says, he got the seat in front of Euchre. Be careful, Bob. Remember, Bob Euchre doesn't, he might, I don't know how big you are, but I hope you can at least see the game. Top of the 4th, here is Tommy Herr, who will come up to bat. Herr walked his last time up. Patient 89, ground ball to short. Brooks will take the play and throw to first for out number 1. Here is Jack Clark. At one point, Jack Clark was one of the more dangerous hitters in the National League, actually in all of baseball at one point. You had to be very careful pitching to him. He was 29 years old in 85. Palmer, patient 06, and he does walk him. And Clark trots down to first. And that is the That is the fourth walk issued by Palmer. He averaged 4.5 per 9, so he's reached pretty much his average. Here is Terry Pendleton. He bought his hot dog and beer. He is good. Oh, thank you very much, Keith. If you bought his hot dog is one thing, but if you bought his beer too, don't worry. He's gonna be your friend for life now. Clark on it first. No steal threat. And nothing from Pendleton as well, so he will bat. Runner on first. Palmer's pitch. Patient 61. Fly ball to right field. Dawson will make that catch. Out number 2. Clark stays at first. Here is Mike LaValliere. Is it LaValliere? No, I'm sorry, not LaValliere. It is Van Slyke. Van Slyke is the next batter. Pitch to Van Slyke. That is a patient 97, and that's a fly ball to right field. And Dawson will take care of that. And the inning is over. St. Louis gets that walk, but they don't get anything after that. And it's still no score going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Here comes Bob Forsch in the bottom of the 4th. Michael Peterson says, did I hear about the Strat news? No, I did not, sir. Please enlighten me what it was. Andre Dawson leads off for the Expos here on the bottom of the 4th. As May the Force be with you will pitch. Tough 93 fly ball to left field. That will get taken care of by Lonnie Smith for out number 1. Next batter is Dan Dreesen, and a timeout, please. Amazing how late UPS actually runs. I actually just got something showed up for me, which I just picked up, which means I'll be doing an unboxing a little later. So be prepared for that. Meanwhile, Dreesen is the batter. They're having 2 sets of cards, one for a 60-game actual season, the other for an imaginary season, 162. I kind of felt some of these guys were going to do something like that, and I totally understand it. But I actually believe that if they're going to do that, they should be available in one set. So if you get, so yeah, an imaginary season of 162, so it means we'll normalize the ratings and such. But the thing about it is that, I don't know how you can play as played lineups. So, but and yes, we don't know what the historical season will re-release, which they need to do. I have not bought Stratomatic. I've not bought Stratomatic in years. I don't even have the game anymore. There's only one season I'll buy for them if they remaster it, and it would be the 86 season. Dan Dreesen will bat with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Patient 87, ground ball to second base. That'll get taken care of by her for the 2nd out. 2 men down. And Dreesen had the only hit in the game so far. Here is Hubie Brooks. Forsch will pitch. Wheelhouse 56. That's going to be a single for Brooks. He gets a good amount of it. Forsch pitches a bad pitch, but Brooks only gets some of it, and he will go to first. That's only the 2nd hit of the ball game here, as Brooks will hold there at first base. And the batter now is Tim Wallach. Brooks will not steal, and Wallach will bat. Forsch, tough, 54, ground ball to 3rd. That's taken care of by Pendleton And he will throw to first and get Wallach out, and the inning is over. Nothing from Montreal. They do get a hit. We got no score after 4. No score after 4 in a game that actually had 15 runs. Both these pitchers are pitching well, but sometimes you get it. You get games like that. Top of the 5th. Here is Mike LaValliere leading off for the Cardinals. He is 0 for 1. Palmer, tough, 32. And that is going to be a ground ball to third. Easily picked up by Wallach, who throws to first for out number 1. Next up is Ozzie Smith. That's a young Mike LaValliere, too. He was only 24 years old. And, of course, he was not the main catcher for the Cardinals that year. Yeah, another pitcher's duel. Similar to last night there, Larry Harris. And how was the Masters so far? Some of it was suspended. My boy Tiger is 3 shots off the pace. He had his best first round ever at the Masters. He shot 4 under. David Palmer will now pitch to Smith with 1 out. Patient 14. That's going to be a walk. Smith trots down to first. Again, somebody you don't want to give up. And that is the 5th walk issued by Palmer. And Ozzie Smith, that is the first time he's been on base, and a steal is on. Bob Forsch, however, is the batter, but they're going to see if they can get Smith to second base, and then Forsch can maybe sacrifice the third. So Ozzie Smith, 4+0 steal rating. So let's see what he's got. So that's a 5. Palmer's hold rating is a 7. So a 0 to 56, Ozzie Smith will steal. There he goes. It's a 56. It's a B. And the Fitzgerald's arm is a 4. And a B4, or a B4 steal rating. B4, that is still an excellent chance. So the throw down to second, and Smith is safe pretty easily. And he holds at second base on a stolen base. Smith gets a steal. Now the batter is Bob Forsch, and he will attempt to sacrifice. Forsch will try to move Smith. Actually, Forsch will actually try to hit away. With a runner on second base, Forsch actually can hit. So they're going to let Forsch hit instead. My boy Bob B is not here to help me out a little bit because I expect him to be here for the game with the Cardinals. I would ask him to see what he wants me to do. But since he's not here, I guess I got to make the call. Actually, that die did go in the sacrifice, but we'll hit away. Palmer's pitch. That is a tough 76, and that is going to be a fly out to center. And Smith holds at second base for out number 2. Now a chance for Vince Coleman. Can he bring in Ozzie Smith? Coleman is 0 for 2. He's flown out to center twice. Here's the pitch. Tough 65. That's a fly ball to right field this time. And this time the Hawk, Dawson, will make it. And that's it. No runs, no hits, a stolen base and a walk. Still no score between the Cardinals and the Expos in the bottom of the 5th. And yet the final score of this game was 10-5 by Montreal. But sometimes Payoff Pitch has other ideas. Bottom of the 5th inning coming up. Here is Vance Law. He is 0 for 1. And as we go bottom of the 5th, let me real quick flip the cards. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Got 8 people watching. I'd like to have somebody say hello. I mean, got 8 people here, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4 in the chat. But then again, I know you guys might be working or something, so you can't really say you're just listening, and that's fine by me. Bob Forsch will pitch. Tough 65. That's a fly ball to right field, and Van Slyke will make that catch. Out number 1. Mike Fitzgerald, the catcher. Forsch, tough, 80. That's a fly out to center field. That will be played by Coleman. 2 down. And now the pitcher, David Palmer, uses hitting card number 12. C. Pester one says hello. If you're going to play the full 162 game, do you play the DH in the National League or no? No. No. Using as played lineups. Remember, National League doesn't use the designated hitter. Oh, no, I bet you're probably not asking me that question. You're probably asking because, my bad, because the imaginary season for the Stratomatic, do you play the DH in the National League or no? That is a good question for Strat. That is a good question, Keith. I don't know. I guess that would be the choice of the choice of the person who wants to do that. You'd have to use the 160. You have to use the original 2020 schedule. And here's the question I got. If coronavirus did not happen, would the National League be using a designated hitter? The answer to that question, I believe, is no. But so you'll probably be using pitcher. I would say you'll be using pitcher hitting cards for the National League because the National League was not going to put the DH into action in 2020. They didn't decide that. It was going to regular pitchers with a bat. So I think if you're going to replay the 60-game season, yeah, you're going to use a DH. If you're going to do a 162-game replay, then yeah, you should not use the DH because the National League was not going to use it. Here is Palmer. Forsch will pitch. Tough, 80, and that's a strikeout. And another 1-2-3 inning for Bob Forsch. In a game that went 10-5 originally, we got no score at the end of 5. How about that? Payoff pitch baseball. Top of the 6th. Palmer will pitch. His fatigue inning is a 6, so he's still strong. Lonnie Smith will bat for St. Louis. Want to let the guys know I have a very good game for Inside Pitch tomorrow morning, and that is in my 1977 one and gone Cincinnati Reds versus Pittsburgh Pirates, and it's going to be a heck of a game. That's my one and gone tournament. It will be Norman versus Rooker in that matchup. And I think that was the best game of the second round. Final game of the second round in my 1977 one and gone. So Reds at Pirates. That should be fun. Palmer's pitch. Tough. 79. Fly ball center field. That'll be DeLone making the catch. Out number 1. Here is Tommy Herr. That was my thinking too. Originally, the National League was going to have the pitcher's bat. Yep, that's why I think they were going to have the pitcher's bat. But then again, Keith, it's your play. It's your way. If you want to play with the DHs, that's fine. I personally hate the DH. I think the pitcher should grab a stick. But all of you have known my feelings on it. Today, you got pitchers making $300 million, and you don't want pitchers tearing their ACL, okay, trying to outrun a routine grounder to second. Here is Tom Herr. You have no pitcher batting stats. They'll probably use the batting stats from 2019, pretty much. I'm pretty sure they'll use the 2019 stats. I don't think it'll be much of a change. I don't know how Strat's going to do it. Stratomatic's ratings are usually on. I don't like the game engine. I hate the 50-50. But their ratings are usually spot on. I can't take away Strat's ratings. They usually are on the money. Palmer's pitch. In play, 37. Base hit for Tom Herr. And that is the first hit off of Palmer in this game for the Cardinals. Palmer has given up 5 walks, but no hits. That is the first hit given up. Here is Jack Clark for a steal rating. Nothing happening on the dice. Clark will bat. Palmer's pitch. Another in play, but that's a 93. That will be a fly out to left. Coming under to make it will be Rock Reigns, 2 down. Hall of Famer, of course. And now here is Andy Van Slyke. When did they make ballpark cards vertical? For what? For what? Payoff pitch? They've always been vertical. They've always been vertical. Although in Joe Bryan's new PDF, he went ahead and now changed the ballpark cards a little bit. It's fine. Palmer will pitch. Tough. 22. That is a double for Andy Van Slyke. He's going to break through, gets a double. Her with a run rating of 7. He will score from first. And the Cardinals finally get on the scoreboard. It's 1-0. RBI double by Van Slyke. And now Terry Pendleton. Pendleton flew out his last time up. He is 1-0 for 1. He did walk. Van Slyke on at second. Pendleton is now the batter. Here's the pitch. Patient 24. That's a walk. That's the 6th walk given up by Palmer. And now a very young Mike LaValliere comes up to bat. He was 24 years old in this game. Only batted 156, but he will bat. This is his 3rd at bat. I usually like to have position players bat at least 3 times before I think of taking them out. 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Cardinals already got a lead. The pitch. Patient 21, and he walks LaValliere. And Palmer right now has a major issue finding the plate. And the bases are loaded for Ozzie Smith. We'll strat of the extra inning base running rule, the 7-inning doubleheader rule. That's your decision, I guess. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't think they have to add it in the rule book if they want the 7-inning doubleheader or the extra inning base runner. But then again, we all know how I feel about that extra inning base running rule. Do I? Yes, we do. We don't mention that rule, by the way, Keith. Bases are loaded for Ozzie Smith with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Palmer in a little bit of a jam. Can he get out Smith? Patient 51, and that's going to be a single for Ozzie Smith. It is a base hit. Van Slyke will score easily from 3rd. Terry Pendleton's run rating of 7. He will score from 2nd with 2 outs. LaValliere's run rating of 4. It's a sharp liner that drops in front of the left fielder. He will only advance to 2nd, so he stays at 2nd base. Smith is on 1st. But now the Cardinals have a 3-0 lead as they finally break through Palmer. The batter now is Bob Forsch. David Palmer has reached his fatigue inning, and because he's given up 3 runs, they are going to take him out. Well, you got the pitcher at bat. They're going to leave him in there, and I'm going to bring in the fatigue pitcher rule. So Palmer is now fatigued. But let's see what I'm going to do with him here. What's his ERA? ERA 3.71, and he is higher than 5 strikeouts. So 9 is higher. So use his card. No. Jeez. Fatigue pitcher's card's a pain in the butt. David Palmer will be fatigued just to use him to pitch to Bob Forsch. I would hate to take him out to switch against the pitcher. So David Palmer is a fatigued pitcher. He'll go up against Bob Forsch, though, to try to end the inning. So I'm actually taking a chance. Forsch the batter. Runners at first and second. 2 outs here, top of the 6th. As the Cardinals finally break through. Here is the pitch. That is a tough 10, and Forsch goes down on strikes. And that does end the inning. 3 runs for the Cardinals on 3 hits and 2 walks. The Cardinals now have a 3-0 lead on the Expos. I'm a little opposed. You are a little opposed. No, I'm not a little opposed. I'm a lot opposed. That's a stupid rule. Runner on second base in extra innings is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Worst rule ever in worst rule in baseball history. There's Bob B. I was wondering where you were at. Bottom of the 6th inning, Bob Forsch will come on to pitch as the Cardinals have a 3-0 lead. Tim Raines is the batter. I got David Palmer. He'll be coming out because he will not be pitching the top of the 7th. So he is done. But let's see now what the Expos can do as they try to come back. Forsch will pitch. I forgot Forsch's strikeout rule. I never even knew that. Jeez, I got to look at these cards better. Ballpark, 84. That's an in-play for Raines. And in-play, 78. There's a fly ball to center field. Out number 1. Here is Miguel Delone. I completely forgot about that right there. That percentage roll. Got to add 10 to every tough. Completely forgot. That's all right, though. It really didn't make any difference. 1 out. But now I'll utilize it. Bob Forsch pitching to Delone. At least didn't have ghost runners. Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Patient 23. That is a walk. And Delone will trot down to first. And that is the 3rd walk issued by Forsch. The batter now is Andre Dawson. Hey, Robert, do the rosters in these type seasons smaller than its way of 2010 season? Pretty even, really. Pretty much the same. I mean, this is here. Here's the full Montreal Expos pack. Look how many cards there are, and all of these cards that are turned around are players that will be on the team that are not on the team now, or were on the team and are already gone. I mean, that's pretty thick. That's a lot of cards. The 2019 season and all that stuff, they have pretty much the same amount, maybe more because they used a lot more players back in that. Remember, it takes Joe Bryan a while to make those cards. Delone on it first. Here is Andre Dawson with 1 out. And Delone has a steal rating if he wants to use it, but you're down 3 runs, you're not stealing. Dawson will bat against Forsch. Tribe Fan 879 now joins me here at Olympic Stadium. Forsch with the pitch. In play, 65. Fly ball to right field. That'll get taken care of by Van Slyke for out number 2. And now Dan Dreesen. Delone still on at first base. Dreesen now up. Pitch coming. Ballpark, 32 against the lefty. That is a left-handed batter is an in play. In play, 14 is a single for Dreesen. Miguel Delone with a run rating of 9 with 2 outs will make 3rd. And the Expos still have a chance. And the batter now is Hubie Brooks. 2 outs. Runners at the corners. 3-0 Cardinals, but Expos are threatening. Brooks the batter. Bob Forsch looking in. Delone, that's how it's pronounced. Delone, but it's okay. Delone, all right. So Miguel Delone. Thank you, my brother. Delone on 3rd. Dreesen on at 1st. As my chat likes to correct my pronunciation, which is just fine. Forsch will pitch. That is a patient 97, and it's a fly ball to left field. Lonnie Smith will make the play, and that will end the inning. Nothing for the Expos. They do get a hit and a walk. The Cardinals lead 3-0 at the end of 6. In a game originally won by Montreal 10-5, the Cardinals are getting a little payback here. Top of the 7th coming up. Two switch hitters and a righty. Vince Coleman leads off for the Cardinals. Let's see what Montreal wants to bring in. With that kind of thing, probably see their best overall pitcher available. And they're going to bring in Tim Burke. Burke, 9-4, 2.39 ERA. He had 8 saves. But he will come in and pitch for the Expos against Coleman. Top of the 7th. Coleman is 0 for 3. He has yet to reach base. Burke, tough, 0-6. Struck him out. 1 down. Vince Coleman 0 for 4. Vince Coleman, the Ricky Henderson wannabe. If he could have hit like Ricky Henderson, he would probably be with them. But sorry, Ricky Henderson is the best leadoff hitter in baseball history. Vince Coleman just couldn't hit like him. Lonnie Smith, the batter. Smith is 0 for 3 as well. Pitch for Tim Burke. That is a tough 0-7. Struck him out. Burke strikes out Smith. Two down. And now here is Tommy Herr. Burke checks and deals. Tough, 79. Fly ball center field. And Deloney will go ahead and make the play. And it's a 1-2-3 inning by Burke. And nothing happens. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Cardinals leading 3-0 in this exciting game here in the National League. Seventh inning stretch is right here. We'll be back with the 10-minute ticker as well. Be right back. I think Deloney is one of those 77 A's he was playing with earlier. Clear the board for a moment. As we prepare the 10-minute ticker. Ten-minute ticker is ready to go. A number of people are asking me, where this template came from. This is just my own creation off using LibreOffice or Microsoft Office, whatever. I just created it. Makes it a little bit easier for me to put the grades in and such, whatever. It's a pain in the butt, but it's my own template. That's all. It's nothing special. Believe it or not, I actually wish I'd rather use Baseball Sims Research because he already has everything already listed for each game, but no big deal. Let's go to the 10-minute ticker and let's see what happens. Today's date is the 26th. Cleveland at Baltimore. That is a 7. That's a win for the Orioles. They'll win that game 5-3. And I'm marking my. It's going to take a little longer because I'm also marking my standings board at the same time. Kansas City at Boston. That's an 8. That's a win for the Red Sox. They win that game 7-5. Red Sox get a win there. Next up, the New York Yankees against the Chicago White Sox. I know Michael Peterson is interested in this role. That is an 8. That's a win for the White Sox. They win that game 10-6. White Sox get a win. Detroit at Milwaukee. That's a 5. The Tigers get the win there, 3-1. They beat the Brewers. Oakland at Minnesota. Give me a chance to floss Euchre's teeth. That's bad. 7. That's a win for the Twins. They'll win that game 4-0. I'll give that win to Minnesota. California at Seattle. That is an 11. That's a win for the Mariners, 8-5. Seattle gets that win. Toronto at Texas. An 11. The Rangers win that game. That's a 5. I'll go 13-8. Atlanta at Houston. Steeler fan 1933. I don't know if he's in the chat, which he is not. Steeler fan is not in the chat, but I know he'd be interested in this Astros. Atlanta at Houston. That is a 5. That's a win for the Braves. They win that game 6-2. Houston takes a rare loss so far, as Atlanta gets a win. It's only Houston's 5th loss. San Diego at Los Angeles. That is an 8. The Dodgers will win that game 2-0. Dodgers are off to a good start. St. Louis and Montreal, we are playing Pittsburgh and the Mets. And my Mets can't win shit as they lose to the Pirates again. They only need a 2-5 and they get it, and they roll the game 5-3 as my Mets are already off to an average start. And my Mets now fall 1 game under 500. Chicago Cubs at Philadelphia. 6, a win for the Cubbies, 6-4. Cincinnati at San Francisco. For you Reds fans, a 7. That is going to be a win for the Reds. They'll win that game 2-0. They shut out the Giants. We now move on to April 27, which is up here. By the way, our next game tomorrow will be the Cleveland Indians taking on the Baltimore Orioles. It'll be our first look at the Orioles for 85. So Cleveland at Baltimore is tomorrow night's Payoff Pitch 85 game. Cleveland at Baltimore tomorrow. Let's see how that game goes. That's a 5. That's a win for the Indians. They win that game 5-4. Next up, Kansas City at Boston. That is an 8, and that's going to be a win for the Red Sox. They win the game 7-2. Boston gets a win as they beat Kansas City again. Here is the New York Yankees at the Chicago White Sox. That is a 12. That's a win for the White Sox, 7-4. Yankees lose a couple of games here. Next up, Detroit at Milwaukee. That's a 5. That's a win for the Tigers. They will win that game 8-6. Oakland at Minnesota. That's a 6. That's a win for the Athletics, 4-3. They beat the Twins in this game. California at Seattle. That's an 8. It's a win for the Mariners, 9-1. Toronto at Texas. That's a 10. That's a win for the Rangers, 8-5. The F teams are beating the A's. The F teams are beating the A teams. Rangers get a win on the Blue Jays. Atlanta at Houston. That is a 9. That is a win for the Astros. They win that game 6-3. San Diego at Los Angeles. That's a win for the Padres. They will beat the Dodgers 8-0. St. Louis at Montreal. We will roll after this one. Pittsburgh at Mets. And this time my Mets get a win. Yay! They win that game 9-8. Chicago Cubs at Philadelphia. That's a 10. That's a win for the Cubs. They win that game 9-1. They beat the Phillies. Finally, Cincinnati at San Francisco. That's a 7. That's a win for the Reds, 8-2. And that is your 10-minute ticker for today. If your team won and lost or won and lost, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. We will have the Cleveland Indians taking on the Baltimore Orioles. That is tomorrow's game for Payoff Pitch. Hope you enjoyed the 10-minute ticker. Let's get back to our game. We are going into the bottom of the 7th here at Olympique Stadium. And it will be Bob Forsch still pitching for the Cardinals. And leading off for the Expos will be Tim Wallach. Forsch has got a fatigue rating of 6. He is still very able. He is not tired yet, so he can still go. Let's get back to the game. Forsch, tough, 87. That's a ground out to short. Easy pay there. That's taken care of by the Wizard of Oz. And that is 1 out. Next batter is Vance Law. Forsch with the pitch. Tough. 87, 97 actually. Fly ball to left field. As I totally forget about this +10 roll. I don't think it would have made any difference. Forsch is just pitching a gem. 2 outs. But now that I know about it, I will make sure. I got to check. I got to make sure of these rolls. Here is Mike Fitzgerald. Although Joe Bryan says those are actually still kind of optional if you want to use them. I like using most of his rules. Does anyone ever try to replay of the 88 Orioles season start? Baseball demos. I don't know if I know Baseball Demos is doing a 86 Padres inside pitch. I know he's also trying to not inside pitch. Was it inside pitch? No, payoff pitch he's doing for the 86 Padres. He's still trying to finish off Mark Fidrich with inside pitch. I also know he's doing a little APA. I haven't seen him much lately. I haven't seen much from him in the last little while. He's been kind of a no-show lately. Might be very busy. Baseball Demos. Check out his channel. For those of you who don't know about it, make sure you do. He is one of the top of the line. Forsch with the pitch. Tough. 65 becomes a 75, and that's a fly out to center. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Expos. Still 3-0 Cardinals as the Redbirds continue to do the job. We go to the top of the 8th. Tim Burke will pitch. He'll be dealing to Jack Clark for the Cardinals. Pitch coming from Burke. Patient 31, and that's a walk. Clark will trot down to first. A walk by Tim Burke. It allows Andy Van Slyke. No steal rating. No steal attempt. Clark will stay on at first. Burke will pitch. Tough. 20. Struck him out. Van Slyke gets Burke gets Van Slyke. And that is a called strike 3. 1 out. Terry Pendleton will take a crack. Clark still on at first. Can confirm Baseball Demos did the 1980 Orioles start, but stopped when the Orioles won. Did it about 2 years ago. Okay. Burke's pitch. Tough. 91. Ground ball to short. Pendleton's double play rating is an 8. Burke's a 7. That's a 5. They will turn it. Shortstop. Second. First double play. Montreal pitching has done very well, except for the 6th inning when they gave up the 3 runs and the 3 hits. We are still 3-0 going into the bottom of the 8th. Bob Forsch will pitch. And we'll see a pinch hitter for Burke as he is done. New pitcher, new batter coming out, 8th inning, so I will utilize the most at bats against a righty. 255, 266. And that will be Herm Winningham. He will come up to bat for the Expos against Forsch. Herm Winningham batted 241 against rights. Forsch's pitch. Patient 24. That's a walk. And Winningham will trot down to first. And now Tim Raines. Winningham not stealing. You're down by 3 runs. You need base runners. Raines is the batter. Forsch. Tough. 22 becomes a 32. Tough 32. Base hit. Tim Raines. That is a single. That is a base hit for Raines. And that's a sharp liner that drops in front of left field. Runner on first advances 1 base. Winningham stops at second. And Raines is on at first. And the Expos are in business. Runners at first and second. The batter is Miguel Delone, but he will come out. They'll bring in a pinch hitter for him, I believe. Center fielders, let's see who I can bring into that position first. I got to see if I can bring that one in. And the answer is nobody on the bench. I have to move somebody over, wouldn't I? Who's the batter? Terry Francona is going to come in and bat for Miguel Delone. He will be out. Francona, however, will change positions. So Andre Dawson, who's in center field, Andre Dawson is in right. He is in right field. He will move to center. So Dawson will go into center field, and taking over in right field will be Francona. And he will bat in Delone's section. That's, of course, in the next bat. But Terry Francona will bat here. And his right field, C58, pretty much the same rating here. Dawson, though, a little bit different. D. 2-5. Okay. So Terry Francona will pitch it against Bob Forsch with runners at first and second and nobody out. Bears Den 007 joins me now here at Olympic Stadium in the bottom of the 8th inning. 3-0 Cardinals, but the Expos are threatening. Francona pitch hitting for Deloney. Pitch. Patient 92. That's a ground ball to second base. Francona's double play rating is a 4. That's a 7. That's a 6. The only play they're going to get is second base. So Winningham will be moved over to third. Raines is out, and Francona gets to first. It is a fielder's choice, as Francona does not ground out in the many double plays. But that is 1 out. Runners at first and third. The batter now is Andre Dawson, and he will now move into center field instead of right. A little bit lower in range, but they had to do it this way in order to get it to work. Runners at the corners, 3-0. Cardinals are going to play the infield back with a 3-run lead that can play for the outs. Forsch trying to keep it going. Here's the pitch. That is a tough 42, becomes a 52, and that will be a ground ball to first base. With a 12, there's no way they're going to get a double play, which means and with a 12, Francona does automatically go to second. Winningham will score, but Dawson is out, 2 down. On 11 or 12, the runners advance, and the only play was at first. But it's now 3-1 with 2 outs as the Expos get that run. Francona moves to second. And now the batter is Dan Dreesen. Runner at second base, now 3-1. 2 men out. Forsch with the pitch. That's a defense check 30. But first we have a wild pitch from Bob Forsch. Francona will move to third. Now we check the defense 30. It is an error possible to the shortstop. The ball is hit to Smith. His error rating is a 5. A 1-18, and that is still, you keep the 30. Smith will make the play, throws to first, and the inning is over. The Expos do get 1 run on a hit and a couple of walks. At the end of 8, it is now 3-1 Cardinals. We go to the top of the 9th. The the Cardinals have a lefty, a switch, and a righty. Mike LaValliere is the leadoff batter, and they're going to make a change on him, I think. LaValliere was the catcher. I think they're going to go ahead and take him out. It's the 9th inning, as the Cardinals will be looking for some hits. And here is Tom Nito. He will come in and bat for the Cardinals and take over at catcher for LaValliere. Now we'll see a pitcher here for the Expos. It's 2 rights and a switch, so I'm pretty sure we'll see a right-hander. And coming in for the Expos will be, who are we going to bring in here? They're going to bring in Bert Roberge. I don't know how to pronounce that. Tribe fan, what is that? Bert Roberge or Roberge? Roberge? Bert Roberge? How do you pronounce that? Not sure. Bert Roberge will come in for the Expos. He was 3-3 with a 3.44 ERA. He will pitch the top of the ninth inning. Tom Nito will bat for the Cardinals here. Here we go. Roberge, patient, 21, and he gets a leadoff, and Nito walks. And he will trot down to first. And now Ozzie Smith. Roberge will pitch. That is a tough and that is a rare play. We have a rare play on the board, so let's see how it goes. Roll the rare play dice. Blue first, 2-6. Batter strikes out. Roll 2d6. 2-7. Batter ejected for arguing call. 8-12. Batter is humbled and returns the dugout. It is a 5, and Ozzie Smith is pissed off at the umpire, and he is ejected. He didn't like the strikeout, so Smith goes out, and he is done. And somebody will have to tell me what you're on your own with Birds, and somebody will have to tell me what Ozzie Smith just said to the umpire, because he just got thrown out of the game. 1 out. And taking over at shortstop now will be Ivan De Jesus. He will take over for Smith. 1 man now. Bob Forsch is the next batter. He will come out. They will pinch it for Forsch because they're going to go to the closer in the bottom of the ninth inning. So we'll see a pinch hitter against Roberge. It is ninth inning, so it's the best overall average against the righty. And coming on to bat for the Cardinals will be Willie McGee. He will go against Roberge. He told him that Putin is terrible. Oh boy. Okay. That's bad. Nito on it first. Willie McGee will pinch hit against Roberge. 1 out. As Ozzie Smith got ejected for, like you said, told him that Putin is terrible. Roberge with the pitch. In play, 84. That's a fly out to center. That'll get taken care of by Dawson. Makes the play out number 2. And now Vince Coleman. Coleman is 0 for 4. Can't even get on base. Said he wanted to be as good as Ricky Henderson. Really wasn't even close. Nito on it first. Roberge will pitch to Coleman. That is a tough 29. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And Coleman goes 0 for 5. And that will do it for the Cardinals. So no runs, no hits, a walk. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Can the Expos get some ninth inning magic here at Payoff Pitch Baseball? Who knows? Cardinals will bring in the closer. And that, let's see, they got 3 right-handers coming up for the Expos. And they will bring in Jeff Lottie. Lottie had 19 saves, 5-2, 184. Cardinal bullpen was pretty good. But then again, they did win the National League pennant that year, right? Jeff Lottie will pitch against QB Brooks here to start the bottom of the ninth inning. Can the Expos get some magic? Lately, my ninth innings in these games have gotten close. Brooks will bat. Lottie's pitch. In play, 97. That's a fly ball to left. And Smith will take care of that. Out number 1. Next batter will be Tim Wallach. Lottie looking in. Wallach ready to bat. Here's the pitch. That is a tough 44. Popped up in the infield. And that's a pop out to third. Pendleton makes the catch. Out number 2. And I believe that's the first pop out I've had in this game. I've had a whole bunch of pop outs the last early games. That is the first pop out I've had in this game. 2 outs. Payoff pitch. Sometimes this game is weird. Here is Vance Law. He's the last chance for the Expos. Down 3-1. Lottie looking to close it up. A well-pitched game by the Redbirds. Lottie checks and deals. That is a patient 71, and it's a double for Vance Law. The game is not over yet. Law gets a double, and the tying run comes to the plate. And that's Law's first hit of the game. The batter now is Mike Fitzgerald, and the Expos will see if they can go to the bench. I don't think so, though, because Fitzgerald is the only catcher they have, I believe, that I have left in the bowl, and I've already used. Is that the only catcher I can get to use in this game? Yeah, I can't pitch in for him. He has to bat. He's the only catcher I got on the bench. Mike Fitzgerald will go up against Jeff Lottie. 2 outs. Fitzgerald is the tying run. He does have some home run power. He hit 5 of them against rights. 2 outs. Fans here at Olympic Stadium want to see some comeback. Lottie with the pitch. That is a patient 34, and he walked him. He walked Fitzgerald. And now the winning run is at the plate, and that was Bert Roberge, and we will definitely see a pinch hitter for the batter, for the pitcher. And it is going to be UL Washington will come up to bat against Jeff Lottie. He will pinch hit. Washington batted .289 against rights. And I think we're going to see a pitching change for the Cardinals as well. They're going to take Lottie out. He will come out of the game, and Ken Daly will come in and turn Washington around. Washington only bats .190 against lefts. So Ken Daly will now come in for the Cardinals against UL Washington. And they really cannot burn a pinch hitter. They're going to go with Washington and see if he can do it. So here we go. Runners at first and second. Washington. Law will score on a single. Fitzgerald may score on a double. Depends on the card. 2 outs. Ken Daly against Washington. Let's see what we get. Here it comes. That is a tough 12. And that is a swing and a miss. Struck him out. And the Cardinals get away with the win. That's your game. No runs and a hit for the Expos. But the Cardinals win it this game 3-1. For the Cardinals, 3 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. For the Expos, 1 run, 5 hits and no errors. Forsch does get the win, Palmer the loss. They'll give the save to Daly. And the funny thing is, if you take a look at the scorebook, all the runs were scored in the 6th. Montreal shut them down the whole way except for here. So that is a 3-1 lead win for St. Louis. I'll mark that on the sheet. And now we will roll for the, give me a moment. Now we'll roll for the tomorrow's quick result. That is a 10, and the Expos will win tomorrow. They win that game 6-5. So Montreal gets that win back. And that will do it. Tomorrow's game, the Cleveland Indians versus the Baltimore Orioles. And I can tell you that game tomorrow, who is the pitcher there? That will be, for the Indians and the Orioles, it'll be Bert Blyleven versus Storm Davis. That'll be tomorrow's pitching matchup. Anyway, Tribe Fan 879, Bears Den 007, Michael Peterson, Bob B, who joined me for a quick minute, Keith White, C. Pester 1, Larry Harris. Thank you all for joining me tonight, and we will see you guys a little later. I'm thinking we have an unboxing coming up very quick here tonight, so because something just arrived and I got to show you what it is. So in the meantime, that's your game tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong. Cardinals over the Expos 3-1. See you guys later. Have a good night.